Am I on?
Do you want me to
Need to go.
Hello, I'm short, Nikki. That's it, I'm in now.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Hi. So this is Jeanette from Far Forest Ceramics and
Nicky from Hartley Noble.
And Nicky has come for a glazing day with me. So you've just started doing pottery yourself. About how long now?
Probably a couple of years now, but yeah, only over the last 6 months where I've been.
But you've got your own kiln as well now, haven't you?
Yes, have yet to do a firing.
So
yeah,
we're just going to go through
glazing.
all basics to do with glazing and just have some fun. She's brought some amazing pieces of pottery with her, which I've got to be honest, considering these are some of the first pieces you've thrown.
Independently without a teacher.
This is brilliant. You've got lovely, really even walls that are nice and thin.
You.
The handles are really great. We've already gone through a few bits and pieces of hints and tips along the way, but we're not going to do loads of footage, just a little bit. But when we glaze, one of the things I just wanted to share, I use yogurt containers to put my water in to wash the brushes in. And when I finished washing my brushes, there's a sediment in the bottom. I just tip off the water and just leave the sediment at the bottom and leave it on the shelf for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
So these have been drying.
Okay, yeah.
And all you do now is you have a go, because it's a yogurt pot, you can crack and squeeze the bottom of it and it all comes loose. And then that's just leftover glaze from washing your brushes.
So that's potluck. You don't know what's in there.
No idea.
Ooh.
And just tip it in and you collect a lot. So these have all just been collected from remnants. So I think we need to stick some mystery glaze on, but that's how I make 95% of my glaze chips, which are mystery, just from the remnants. So in a tub that's flexible. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit with you.
Great, that looks fun.
And then I'll wash these now in water.
Yeah.
And we'll use some glaze chips. And the other thing is, you came to visit me a year ago with Stuart.
Yeah.
And we were using the new stacker system.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So this stacker system is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it's got a special tool that comes with it to help you cut in a certain edge. And Nicky came to have a go on the wheel and she made her own. And
you taught me how to use it. We created it. But,
we did, yeah. You created the kit and then I showed you. I mean, there's multiple ways you can use it, but I showed you how I did it.
Yeah.
And
these my dishes.
Here's ones that you made earlier, which has actually got Nicky's
got my name on it.
On the bottom of them.
I can't believe that was a year ago.
And well, that's what you put 924 on for me. Yeah. So,
thank you so much.
So that's what we'll glaze those.
I didn't expect you to do this for me.
But I think you should try Frozen Pond on those.
Yeah, that would be really nice because I've got a set that you made for me.
And they used a bit like using flux and like a more of a peacock style effect. So I thought that could be quite nice as a Frozen Pond. So we might try mystery chips. We might try Frozen Pond. We might try peacock. We might do some layering. But we basically need to turn you off so we can get cracking. So, yeah, there's not going to be maybe much content on this bit. We might bring you in now and again. But we're going to get cracking because we've got a lot to do.
Yes.
See you in a bit. Bye-bye. So we have just come to show you where we're at. We've done a few pieces with single glazes using Amico Blue Rutile and Celadon Bloom, but we're now going to try mystery chips. So there is a piece that, I love this one, that you've thrown using your...
With bubble and wave rib.
I like that. I love that shape.
I'm interested to see what the glaze does over there.
Yeah, and we're going to try mystery chips on this. So I was showing Nicky how I made my mystery chips from the remnants in the yoghurt pots. Yeah. And I have got a couple of tubs. There's a lot of it. So I'm going to turn the camera down because Nicky's now going to do her first mystery chip application. This is just paper that we're going to tip the mystery chips onto and then we can fold it up to tip it back into the tub afterwards. It doesn't matter, it can be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, these mystery chips Really, you should wear a mask when dealing with this because it's like glaze dust and what have you.
Okay.
But we're just going to do the one piece, so I'm happy to risk it if you
Yeah,
are.
we're going to keep it all in the pot.
Yeah, we're literally going to pour it in. So
one place
what you're going to
anyway.
do is you're now going to put a third coat of sand and sea just on the top
Okay.
here,
Mhm.
and then inside down to about there,
Okay.
because these are going to run down. While it's wet, you're going to bring it here and you're going to tip this over.
So that it sticks in the wet glaze.
Exactly.
Okay.
We've got big lumps, little lumps, all sorts in here.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how much you pour on.
Yep.
And then we'll dust it off afterwards.
Okay.
So you've got to work quickly.
Okay.
So another brush load. So we've been talking about having thick layers of glaze so your brush is not dragging on the piece. That's great. So now just take it on the top of the rim. So spin it round as you've got it on the top of the rim, and then go inside about an inch down or to the bottom of that first wave, or a brush width, doesn't really matter. Inside you don't worry so much, because if it drips and runs and falls in the middle of the pot, that's great.
It's going to look nice.
But the outside you're more concerned about it dripping off the piece. You need to move quite quick now before it dries. No pressure.
Okay, as soon as you say that, I start faffing
Okay,
about.
let's go. That's fine. So you've got this pot's dry. Hold this in your hand like that. Yeah?
Yep.
And then turn it on its side and tip it over. That's it. Right over, all of it. That's it. Turn it round, turn it round.
Oh, this is fun. I want to make it a right mess.
No, that's great. Now the
Inside.
Yeah, you can do it from a bit higher. You might be able to get it in without knocking the edge.
Am I just going to chuck out what doesn't
That's
stick
it,
anyway?
yeah. That's it. Now turn it upside down. Tap on the bottom.
Oh, I like.
It's as simple as that. How cool is that?
Look at that. Looks like a right old mess. That's going to be magical though.
So on this one, when you fire it, definitely prop it up, because if it drips past the bottom, it's not a problem because you can put it on a grinding bat on the wheel and grind it back down. But put it on something, you've got some cookies to raise it up off the bottom, and then put it on a cookie itself. So
Wow.
well done. Okay, so that is that one done. So this is finished.
Okay.
So-
Are we putting another coat on this
Yep.
next?
So how many coats? Have a look what the next instruction is. What's the next one saying? It's on the next line down. So what's it
Blue
saying?
rutile, which
But
is
have a look what's different about what
one
you're
that we
doing.
had on there.
on the
and now
third
it's
coat.
going inside and only to here.
Yeah, because it doesn't run this one very much. You could actually go down.
Down there.
Let's go down a bit further. I was being a bit cautious there. Yeah.
So leave about that much,
That's
I
it,
suppose.
because it shouldn't run. But I'm trying to get you in your head the idea of thinking, where's it going to run?
Yeah.
Step it back. So that's called stepping it back.
Okay.
It doesn't run very much, so that's fine to go like right down to here. So you don't need to turn this over. You can work straight on that side now.
Right.
Yeah, and then you can do that coat and get that one done. Not sure what you've
I
got.
don't think you'll notice it comes out that's glazed, will you? They look completely different ones.
So we're going to Frozen Pond. Which one have we got texture water? We've got texture water. Brownie one. Running Hot Chowder. Running Hot Chowder is brilliant if you can get hold of it, because this
I wonder what you were talking about the other day. on my post.
RHC, everybody puts RHC for short, and if you know, you know. Running Hot Chowder. What am I looking for? Where's my textured water? Please tell me I haven't run out of textured water. I've got another one I can use instead. Spectrum. That's what I call that. Alabaster, Tiger's Eye, Fuzzy Peach. So, first things first, I'm going to do obsidian, so give it a good old shake up. Now, you've got a choice of what you want to do. Where do we go up to? If you go up to there, it's quite hard to get a nice sharp line there,
Yeah.
but we have got a foot, so we could. Or we can go to here, so we could run some wax, so it just goes to there.
Yeah.
Or we could run some wax on this and go to there. I've struggled to get a really nice fine line when I've done on the foot.
Yeah.
What would you prefer to do?
Let's
Your
go
choice.
to here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would tend to put my rest my one finger on here, so when I go round, I'm the same distance away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Just gives you
That's
a
pretty
guideline.
good, yeah.
Anything you can use, and you'll find your own positioning, something consistent as a guideline.
Yeah.
That's great. But you know, like where we've got a wobble in the clay or something, that's where it sometimes sends you off. But
Yeah.
this is just a normal pencil that's going to burn off. So I would always go in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got my finger on the inside of the rim as my guide.
Okay, so you're not really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So like literally I ran that round. So if that's central, and actually that looks quite nice. So I would leave it at that, and then I would just get another one and just
fill in that bit.
Some people just wax the edge that you don't want to, you know, you want to have a nice sharp edge. I tend to cover my bottoms because as you're placing it down, it just keeps the bottom nice and fresh and clean, and it's easy. Before putting wax on doesn't mean that's it, it's all done. You have to wipe off any glaze that's sitting on top of the wax before it goes in for the firing, because that wax is going to melt, and any glaze sat on top of the wax is just going to sit on top of your piece.
Okay.
So when you finish glazing, I'd always go back and just wipe all the bottoms, and that's why I put wax over everything, because it just means I haven't got to worry if I sit this down on something.
Well, it's easy to touch it with your finger, and then you've got a smudge on it, haven't you?
I mean, it's got a foot. You don't technically need anything up there, but if I've got hold of it with my hand, I could have got fingerprints all over it. It's just, you'll find your own way. What works for you?
I'd rather be overcautious than not, and then
that tends to be my approach. And then sometimes I will cut corners as I get more experience and realise actually I'm okay. I don't need to do that. I don't wax my bottoms hardly ever now, because I've got more confident with glazing directly onto a base of a piece without needing the wax.
Right.
But that's took me a couple of years to get that point. And we all do it differently. And the other thing is this is right down on the board. So I tend to take some wear boards.
Oh, lift it up.
You need to be able to turn it over. So you can go right down to the edge now, and then you'll just go like that. You're not going to do this under it, and then you'll be able to turn it over like that.
Okay.
Yeah? Oops, daisy. Okay. So it's just one coat on there. This might be too big on this one. Yeah, a little bit. You'll start doing things second nature now, like already you're not even thinking about making sure that your brush is, you know, not got water on it. And now, because you've got the wax, you don't have to worry, you just literally go over that wax edge.
Oh gosh, if I didn't have the whole thing waxed, I'd already be in a right old mess.
Yeah. See how quickly it's drying?
Yeah.
Just make sure there's just one coat. Don't keep going over it, because then you lose how many coats you put on.
Okay.
That's it. Bit more glaze on the brush, not enough on your brush, because it's dragging. Can you see it's dragging?
Yeah.
You see how when it's loaded it flows so much easier.
Yeah.
So you've got quite a bit to take off because you've gone quite far in.
Yeah.
So we only had to go to where the wax was. So with this now, literally, are you right-handed?
Yeah.
I would always work at like 7 o'clock and wipe there. So you're wiping like that. See how clean it gives. And then turn your sponge round each wipe. And you get a nice finish then. So just get it all covered with glaze quite quickly, and then start in the middle and spin and take it slowly outwards to smooth it all out.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you need to get the glaze on a lot and just get it all on. However you want to get it on, just get it on quick. But obsidian does dry. Oh, I don't like why it's doing that. Okay, this one is stippling.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I can see like there's a tiny bit of texture from the slab mat.
Yes, I've got that.
And it's like little pin dots.
Like a pattern.
Yeah, so I'm just going to, before it dries, keep going over. And then you just want to keep turning it when you've got all your glaze on. Yeah, so we're going to use Mako Sandstone Crystal Glaze. Giving it a good old stir with a kebab stick that I acquired from the kitchen.
Shh, don't tell us.
Mark seems to watch my videos. He's I
recognise that.
That's where that
stick.
tool's gone, because I've let it slip in a video.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, brilliant. And where are we putting the sandstone on this one?
So we're going to go from the bottom 2/3 up and
That's it, the
2/3
same
up
on the handle.
yeah,
Brilliant.
handle.
And we're going to do 3 coats on this one.
And we need to, what was this technique you called with preparing the brush?
It's a fancy word. If it's totally dry and it's not been used before, you've got to condition your brush.
Condition it.
By basically put it in water and then just wipe off the surplus on a paper towel.
Yeah. But these are damp because we've used them before.
Exactly, so we don't need to. But I mean, I don't know why people don't say just dip it in water and dry it off, but apparently it's called conditioning your brush. It sounds fancy when you say it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how are you going to explain it to somebody else otherwise?
Yeah, true.
Dip your brush.
So what I've noticed, Nikki has already changed how she's glazing significantly
Now you
since
said
you've
that,
started.
you know I'm not going to do it, don't you?
Now the camera's rolling because we haven't been recording much. It's also hard with the crystals in it to flow your brush as much, you'll notice.
Yeah, it's trickier, isn't it?
But she was what I would call a very light glazer when she first started. So like as if you're painting the house, it reminds me of. You know, you're putting gloss on in the house and you spread your brush. So I've kept saying, put more on your brush, put more on your brush. And I can see now already you are...
more slapdash.
Yeah, but you can't be too heavy-handed. The worst is if you're too light.
Right.
Also, like I said, you've got to be mindful when we put the 3rd coat on any glaze, when you're doing a mug, try and be a bit lighter around where the handle is, because that's where you'll potentially get your drips, which could go onto your kiln shelf and ruin a piece. It's not good that it ruins a kiln shelf, but you know.
You're just creating a ton of work for yourself, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
So when I get to this bit under the handle...
We're going to flip it over.
Okay.
Yeah? And it's nice and easy because there's no glaze anywhere else.
I do believe I'm ready to flip.
That's much better. You've really got that
Where
flowing.
do you put your...
Sometimes in my mouth and sometimes I'll just hold it.
Okay. So this is a running glaze technique.
This is actually,
Layered
we're doing
glaze.
layering.
Layered.
Yeah, so this is a stable glaze. Mako sandstone is stable on its own, which means it won't run on its own. It's also a matte glaze, but we're going to add something over the top. So we're going to add Mako birch over the top and we're going to overlap.
Okay.
And that's when sandstone then actually runs when it's in combination with another glaze, which is all just to do with testing. So we are going to come back and do...
Tick this off on
a little glaze sheet. She's learning how to use my glaze sheets, which
tick. I love these.
it's my own little method and it does get a bit complex at times, but you know where you're going.
Yeah, but it doesn't get complicated because at least you haven't got to remember that now.
Yeah.
You
When
should definitely share those with people because I think people would love those.
Okay, right. So
One more thing
We're
to
going to
do.
do a few more layers. Yes. Okay. That's running hot chowder. Does that feel any different?
More watery.
Yeah. So the first time I opened this and I used it thinking I'd stirred it all up, I'd shook it up and it was water. And then I realised there was sludge in the bottom and it literally had a sediment that was about 2 to 3 inches thick.
Right.
So when you open this up, we need to get the dowel in and see. It is a watery glaze, very watery, but the sediment sticks to the bottom. Now is that one? Right, so that one I haven't put my plastic over the top. So go over to the water, turn it upside down in the water, just the lid, count for 3 seconds. Bring it back, dry it off, and then you should be able to do it now. Has that worked?
That's magic.
Magic trick! Da, 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 da.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, look at that.
So now I stir and see if there is a sediment, or is it just when you buy it, you've got this thick sediment. I don't know if anybody else had that when they bought Running Hot Chowder. And like, I did one piece before I realised there's a big, thick slurry at the bottom. Is that going right down to the bottom? We're okay.
Yeah. No,
I think
this
it's when it's been on a shelf, maybe
Yeah,
for months.
maybe.
And it was like, you know, like solid clay at the bottom.
Right. No, it's not like that.
But this
at all.
is a super runny glaze. So the
Right.
hard thing is to not let it dribble on your piece. So we are now going to use these really expensive, not fancy
Dobbers.
brushes off Amazon.
Okay.
So I have got a load of this size. And then one of these I have chopped down with scissors to make a little smaller one like this. And then I've also got some that are flowers. So you do whatever you want,
Okay.
but it depends on the size of your piece. So I'm going to use a slightly bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
And What I'll tend to do is, I don't know if you can see this, I've got the lid that I'm going to dab in here a little bit, and then I'm going to get the surplus off on the piece. So it's a bit like being at school and doing your sponge dabs. So I'm going to do 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I do like how you've perfectly positioned those.
No,
because
it's not perfect. Look, I've got a gap there, more than there, just a little bit in there.
Am I still going for 5 or more? Because I've got
Preferably 5.
Okay.
5. You're not breathing, are you?
Stress of dabbing just a
then
circle.
get a small one. Same principle again. And then now go around your circle. We're going to do 3 coats of these.
How many? 4, 5.
Whatever fits, because you've got a bigger piece than me. It's not that precise.
It's not supposed to be, is it? Otherwise,
It's all going to blend, yeah. And you'll find if you get more on the brush, when you press further down, it can go a bit bigger. With the sponge, go on the top edge around. The small gap between each one. And again, sponge always in the same place, move your turntable so you stay stationary. You can do any design, any pattern you like, but this is what I've enjoyed the results with most. So I will try and gradiate the size of the dot, just cutting it into a spike. So now, try and do a row all around, quite close like that. Make sure you've got enough on your brush. You want to fill in all the gaps, basically. Try and find a symmetrical pattern that fills it in. If you stand back and have a look at yours now, you can see like you've got a nice star shape coming.
Oh, yeah.
And now your centre bit, you basically want to keep coming in with that pattern, coming in and in until you end up with a bit in the centre. Yeah, try not to let them touch each other. And you might find with more on your brush, you get like a pool of glaze as opposed to a light sponging.
Is that what you want?
Preferably, because you want 3 coats. Because you need some gaps in between for them to create the circle. It's almost like where this Running Hot Chowder is, it will have a fuzzy line all around the edge of it. So if they're all joined together,
There'll be no fuzzy lines.
Yeah, but I don't really know how it is. Now we've got the edge here to do.
Yeah.
So you can use either. I mean, I'll try it with a big one, but I think the big one could be too big. You really want a row of dots. So not fast, but it's going to dribble a bit.
And that's okay, is it?
That's okay. You don't really want it to dribble, but so it's a balance of how much you put on the sponge. I'm still using 1 sponge load. And how far you press it in. You will never be able to see where it's run.
And you want gaps. Mine's not running.
You want gaps, yeah, but not massive gaps. Well, that's for the result that I've got. I mean, some people choose to have more gaps and it gives a different result. Like I say, I can only show you how I've done it.
I want these 2 plates to look similar, so...
Yeah, so it's ideal that we try and do it similar to each other.
Yeah.
But then you can play with your own placements, and if you have sponges that you can cut into shapes, like diamond shapes or heart shapes, and the flower looks quite nice as well on some big plates. When you've gone all the way around,
Yep.
we then look at the side of it. And when we've done this, you basically then have to do that all again 2 more times. So you've got to use the same size sponge and go over all of the dots 2 more
I would
times.
imagine it's easier the second time around because at least you know where you're going then.
Yeah, and as long as you're quick enough,
Right.
it shows the different colour where you've been. Because you can see as it's drying, it's gone like a milky creamy colour and it's quite dark when you first put it on. So when you put the second coat, if this is all dry, you can see where you've been. But if you hang around too long... So I can't give any tips on how to do that. You've just got to follow your own
Get on with it.
plan.
Don't
And-
procrastinate and just dob
Yeah.
away.
And you really need to wait for the first coat to have dried.
Okay.
But we're not going to film doing the second and third coats. We'll come back when that's all done.
It will literally be like watching paint dry, people.
We can put the music back on. So we're now going to put our top coat on this frozen pond. So we've done 2 coats of Amaco Obsidian, 3 coats of Spectrum Running Hot Chowder dots, and now you're going to actually cover it all with Amaco's Smoky Merlot. And it's all going to turn blue when it's done. Crazy,
Of
isn't
course
it?
it is.
So we're only going to do 1 coat.
What was this one? What colour? Black. On the
This,
base.
that's it. Black on the base, 2 of the black Obsidian, Running Hot Chowder, which is the magic.
The creamy one.
That's
and
it.
now red. And it's
now
going to go blue.
And it's going to go blue. Should do, yeah. I don't know on this clay body. So, oh no, this is my clay body.
Yes.
This is, yeah, I do know what this is going to be like. So this should go, is the same colour as that. So
Wow.
that's what it should do.
Amazing.
And on the back,
Oh,
I scaled
nice.
it back and I didn't put this Smoky Merlot over that bit
Okay.
to make it dark. Mucky brushes, because it's a mucky glaze. Okay. So I would personally turn it over first and maybe pop it on a couple of batts to raise it.
That's a good tip, that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's one of those things you don't realise you need until it's too late, and then you've got to work out
Yeah,
how
it's
to
quite
turn it
hard how
over.
to get it off otherwise.
Yeah.
Are you breathing?
I think so, just very shallowly, like hyperventilating. Is that a method? Is that an acceptable method? Will that keep me alive? I'm starting to dribble. That's not good. Because I'm
things that we
concentrating.
say as potters, taken out of context. You're starting to dribble now. So you see a bit, missed a bit there. Can you see there on the inside? That's it.
Yeah. Right, now I need to fill in these gaps. And now smooth it over. And you need to do this quick enough before it starts drying, don't
That's
you?
it. So just start in the centre.
Oh, not on
And
it.
just keep the brush in the one place. That's great. And just work your way out.
And
Just
then
smooth it all out.
plate
That's it.
smoothing.
Keep going. That's it. And then run yourself on the top edge as well. And then over the top edge. So just in case you've got any dribbles coming down the side. So what you don't really want is like an extra splodge of glaze anywhere, because that could encourage a drip, unless that's what you're trying to do. And we're done. So that needs to dry. And that is ready for going in the kiln. That is your first frozen pond. Oh, I'm excited to see how these turn out.
Ah, amazing.
Awesome. So next up, we're going to try and do a version of the peacock glaze combo on this mug using frosted lemon and sandstone. And we're going to be piping with little piping bags that I've made out of greaseproof paper, which for me, I'm used to this. But Nikki, have you ever used these before?
No, my family would say I've tried when making birthday cakes.
So this
Piping numbers and words and stuff
okay,
like
so
that.
this could be very interesting, but we'll see how it goes. So I'll just show you what we're going to do the first time. So you want to do the equivalent of like zigzag. So the nozzle is quite close to the clay so it doesn't all drip down. So we need to keep this quite high up. So it's not a full-on peacock, but we'll do a little bit on here.
To dry it.
And then we'll do a little one here. So the idea is we're going to put blobs of colour above and below these flux lines. So this is flux and it's going to run with the heat, and anything it comes into contact with, it will drop down with it. So we want to make sure that our glazes are touching that. Then on the inside, not as easy to do.
Not as easy to film either.
Don't make me laugh. It doesn't matter if it goes all squiggly. You're just wanting to create You can brush it on, but you would have to do 3 coats. So this means that you've got your layers on quite thickly. What I do actually is I'm going to do a line of flux, trying to get it so it'll drip on the inside and the outside.
Amazing.
And then now you're
It does
going
look
to
very scrumptious.
now you're going to have a go.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Let's have a go. So just zigzags. So you don't come too far away from the pot so that it sticks. Oh, very good. First
Like
off.
bunting.
Well done. No lower than that. That's okay. That's okay. No lower than that. Don't make me laugh.
The jeopardy. Right. It's about speed, isn't it? Consistent
Yeah.
speed.
Don't go any lower than that. So, right.
Ah.
That's okay. Breathe. Great. And then now try and do something.
Yeah.
See over the top of the handle? Let go.
Yeah.
That's it. And do something on the top. You see a shot of our biscuits, our supplies.
Yeah, everybody's
on
going
the
to be
table.
hungry.
You're controlling that really well.
Thanks. Oh, as soon as you said that.
Look, if you make me laugh, the camera's going to wobble. It's not on a tripod now. So
See, if you weren't teaching me how to do this, I would be obsessing over getting this perfect, like it's a cake.
Yeah,
Whereas it's not, because it's not going to look anything
it's
like
all
that.
going to melt and blend. And the only concern I've got is if this is going to run off the piece. So always put cookies underneath and raise it. And if it does run off, you can put it on a grinding batt for any bits that drop out. Lovely. Now the fun bit is trying to do something on the inside. That's brilliant. You've done really good.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Inside is not easy.
So we're going down like the bunting thing again.
That's it, yeah. Exactly the same. What you've just done on the outside, you're going to do on the inside.
Oh my goodness.
But we don't mind what happens on the inside, because if it flows right to the bottom, that's fine as well.
Oh, I've got something in my eye. No.
So I usually do the peacock on like a big bowl, because you've got a much bigger, wider surface, whereas this is quite a cylinder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mind you, your cylinders are really good. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
It's hard to throw a cylinder. It's easier to flare it out, but to actually throw a cylinder and keep it upright, that's quite a challenge. You've done well.
Oh my goodness, they joined.
Yay!
Okay, so
And now
the
exactly
under
the
bit,
same.
yeah?
Just watch your hand doesn't catch, your finger doesn't catch at the back. I'm holding my breath as well. Well done. So we're going to let this dry a little bit, and then we're going to put some colours on. We'll come back in a bit. So we're going to add some stroke and coat now. We've just put some nozzles on the bottles. This saves a lot of time and effort. So I am going to drop some dots just above the flux.
You're filling every other one.
I'm filling the triangle on the top.
Right.
Now, I've got to be careful that it's not running with a paintbrush. Then just try and lift it up a bit. But I want it to touch all of the flux edges. Right, I'm going to lift this up. Watch the camera. So ideally you don't want it dripping down the pot, but you want a thick layer, the equivalent of like 3 coats. So usually when I put drops on, I don't need to do multiple layers. My sister said to me, they look a little bit like Clarice Cliff before they goes into the the kiln. I don't think Clarice's work was this messy, but now we can put possibly red here and maybe dots of orange just under here.
Yeah.
And then repeat the same thing inside. So Nicky's done a cracking job. We're using 3 different colours of stroking coat. We're using Caribbean blue,
Caribbean blue.
candy apple red. What are you going to sing for that
I
one?
don't know that one, no.
And speckled orange appeal.
Speckled hen.
And we're now going to cover this with 1 coat of Mako Frosted Lemon, then with some Mako Sandstone just on the top outside, just literally over where the stroking coat is, and then Frosted Lemon over the top of that. Looking nice. Well, yeah, they don't really look nice, do they now?
They will do eventually.
Well, fingers crossed. So we're now adding a coat of Mako's Frosted Lemon all over inside and out. Following that, we'll do a band of Mako Sandstone over where the flux and stroking coats are, about 2 to 3 centimetres down on the inside and on the outside, and then finish off with another coat of Frosted Lemon. But we are racing now because it is much later than we thought the day was going to be.
Time has slipped away.
And Mark's just come in with street tweets of donuts and sweet stuff. So we're okay.
Keep us going.
We're having a sugar fix.
Wow.
Now going to add some Mako Sandstone just to help it all move and flux down, and just go pretty much a brush width all on top. That's it.
Start here and then work into
Work from the top downwards, and it's just like 1 brush width down. That's it. So just like that all the way around. Doesn't have to be a straight line.
All right, when I get to the handle.
That's it. That's it.
Keep
And a tiny
going.
bit on the top of the handle. Tiny bit on the top of the handle. That's it. Skip the underneath bit, and then do the same on the other side. And then you're going to do exactly the same on the inside. So we're not putting too much by the handle because it could drip down. That's it, plenty. And then do exactly the same, more on the brush. So we have our mystery glaze, celadon bloom. We have blue rutile. This is our peacock effect. And then we have done a winterwood and birch combo and frozen pond. Awesome. So we are all done for the day. Nicky's going to head home. We're finishing a lot later than anticipated, but you've done amazing.
It's been a full day, but we've tried so many different techniques. I can't wait to see it when it comes out of the glaze.
I know,
kiln.
be good fun. And you're just glazing so much better and confidently than you were than when you first came.
I think I'm not overthinking it. I'm just doing it. Yeah,
You're doing
instead
really
of
well,
worrying
really
about
well.
getting it right.
So exciting. I hope you share with us what they look like when they come out the kiln later. And yeah, thank you for coming, Nicky.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.